Right. Hi, Nicole again. Um, this is my response to the CQ facts. I picked three facts that had to do with cars and one fact that had to do with the German word for health. The thing that mainly surprised me about most of these facts is that I feel like there were kind of things that I probably should have known, but either just completely went right over my head or I just never really registered it. It never really clicked. So for my first fact is about BMW. It was from Carlton. I said in my intro that BMW is one of my favorite cars, the 3 Series. So I don't know if I just never really knew about the history of BMW, and I've just kind of been too obsessed with what I see on Top Gear. But I found it very interesting that it actually began as an aircraft engineering manufacturer. And I actually looked into this, that it started as something called BFW, which then merged into BMW during World War One. Because after World War One, the owner was bought over from BFW, and BFW was actually the company that was manufacturing the motorcycles. Um, and that's an entire mass of words that I can't pronounce. Rap motor worker and Bayerische Flugzeug worker. Um, but I thought that that was really interesting that it was an aircraft engine manufacturer. I had no idea at all. I knew that they produced both motorcycles and cars, but I just had no idea at all that it started off doing aircraft engines. The second fact was also from Carlton, and it was about the Mercedes-Benz. And again, this is one of the things that just never really clicked to me with Carl Benz and Mercedes-Benz. I don't know why that never really registered when I saw Carl Benz's name on the quiz. I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds like Mercedes-Benz. Like he's an inventor of the car. He's credited with that invention. No, nothing. It literally just went over my head, right over my head. So I thought that was really interesting. I really had no idea that that's where the name was from. The next fact was also about Carl Benz, and it was from Jen. And she said that the first car or automobile was a three-wheeled car that couldn't go up hills. And I guess to me, that's just relatively insane. Um, to think about coming from a state that has a lot of hills and a lot of ice. I just remember going up in a really bad car in the middle of winter and driving up a gigantic hill and being terrified of the car stopping in front of me because I swear that my car is going to roll backwards. So to think that a car that can't even go up hills, that only has 3 wheels, that's just crazy to me. And then the final fact was also from Jen, and it was about the word for health. And I knew the German definition of it. I'm pretty sure I learned it in my German class, but for some reason, we mostly did writing for vocabulary, and we did speaking for just learning basic sentences like I have a pencil, that kind of stuff. So it was kind of weird to me to think like I knew what the actual definition of this word was, but I had absolutely no idea what its pronunciation was at the time, and that it's actually the word that as Americans we say when we hear someone sneeze. So I thought that was also very interesting. And so those were my responses for the CQ.